What is going on, everybody? It is your Bronze League Protoss pal AllDaysPass here in Season 8 with another game from the Bronze League, as I mentioned. And like we've talked about previous videos, down in the Bronze League, you're not going to see perfectly executed builds for the most part. And you're not always going to see the correct build for the situation. So I'm spawned up here in the top right as the red Protoss, and down in the lower left, if you already looked at the mini map, you know that I'm going up against a Zerg player in Grey Knights. And I decided to post this one because you don't see too many Zerg down in the Bronze League. And I don't know if that's because Zerg is a more difficult race to play, at least when I tried it, it seemed more difficult to me. Or, you know, if it's just because the campaign is mostly Terran, so you see a lot of Terran players. I don't know what it is, but I picked the Protoss race myself just because I like the mechanics of it. I like the warping in of units. I like the way the units look, you know. I mean, Zerg, you know, I like the way those units look too. That's more my kind of look, you know, alien type, you know, that's really alien. But, you know, I just, as far as mechanics go, I like the Protoss race a little bit better. So here I'm going, you know, 9 pylon. I think I went 12 gateway right there. You know, typical build for me. And I send out my scout, you know, get that early scout out to see what is going on in my opponent's base. And so far he's got his spawning pool up. Just started that. Looks like, you know, somewhere between 10 and 12 supplies, getting 1 gas. Back here at my base, I got my first gas going up 14. Pylon, little bit early. You know, the build I'm going, I believe, 4 gate again. Not really a rush build, as you'll see, but I go, I know you're supposed to really, against the Zerg, go forge, fast expand, but I don't know that one that much. And right now I'm just kind of working on 2 build orders, being 3 gate robo and the 4 gate, until I have them down where I don't have to look at my build order sheet. So he finally sends a scout over himself, and he gets the drone into the base because I don't have my zealot out yet. And this probe, inactive probe, just chilling, doing nothing. I see the drone though, so I decide I'm going to start cranking out my zealot with some chrono. I got plenty of energy on the Nexus as it is. 1 gas down. And he comes out just in time to get him pretty far down on health, but he does manage to escape. I get my probe down through here, and I see, you know, basic, you know, Zerg opener here, you know, early in the spawning pool, 1 gas, couple Zerglings. And, you know, he's got that drone working his way back to his base. I thought he was going to try and take my 3rd as his expansion, but you know, that's not what happened. So far you see the Roach Warren just going down now. And down in Bronze, I don't know how it is in the upper leagues, but you see a lot of mass Roach builds. So really, rather than 4 gate, I'm going to speed this up here just a little bit because the match is a little bit long. Normally you go, you know, 3 gate robo and crank out the Immortals, but I wanted to show you guys I got my other 3 gateways going down right about the right time on the Cyber Core here. As you can see from the mini-map, he's going for his expansion. But I want to see, I'm not chronoing this. My gateways finish early. Okay. So I must have got them down earlier. I didn't chrono this enough. So right now I'm ahead in probes. I'm on 1 base. His 2nd base will be coming up here in a second. And let's see, how saturated am I over here? Pretty good. That is pretty good right there. Go right onto the gas. I'm getting better at that. And warp gate finishes. I convert my gates. And I have my forward pylon going down here at 7.5 minutes. His Zerglings chase my probe all the way back to base, but they don't live very long with this little bit of an army here. So, seeing that I've seen no harassment, I'm figuring he's going mass roach because that's what they tend to do. So really what I should have done, I got my forge down for photon cannons, you know, for that Zergling harass handling there. So I get 2 photon cannons down here. And I go for my expansion here Whereas I really should have dropped a robo and started cranking out immortals if I really feared the mass roach. But they find my forward pylon here. I guess I put that a little bit too close to the base. And they take that out. And I don't get another probe out right away to make another forward pylon. So I just keep massing up my army back here. Right now we're pretty even in worker count. I'm trying to get this second saturated as fast as possible, so I'm chronoing out on the Nexus. I'm making probes over here, but I supply block myself, as I usually do. I do got the Robo Bay now. I should have made an observer and sent it over, you know, to check out his base to see what was going on, see if there was anything crazy going on over here. He's got 2 gas. This spine crawler in the back, I guess maybe he's worried I'm going to drop with a warp prism, do an immortal drop on him. I haven't played with that at all yet, but that's something that I've seen in some of the pro tournaments, and I like the look of that. I'm gonna start playing with that as I get these early to mid game builds down a little bit better. Grab double gas over here because I'm going to be cranking out a ton of immortals. Getting +1 over here on my forge. Another immortal comes out. So that's 2 I got now. Probably at this point I should have a Twilight down somewhere researching Blink for Blink Stalkers. But got my second base mining pretty well here. Got a pretty nice little force here. Again, fairly even in the count. He's got a few roaches now. He's got 21 roaches. I got my probe out here to drop that forward pylon in a minute. And he's converting over from his lair to hive tech. I believe he's got a Hydralisk den down. Doesn't have any hydras out yet that I see here, but he does have the den. Going double upgrades here. Cranking out the roaches. He's researching roach speed. I don't know that much about the Zerg stuff, so this will be learning experience for me and for you, hopefully. That's kind of the point of the videos, other than the fact that I just enjoy doing them and casting games. But he is just massing up plenty of roaches. Now the Hydralisks start coming out. He's got 13 of those now. Probe. Drop that pylon. A little bit further away from his base, but I didn't want to get it spotted. He's got his creep spread going out pretty heavily, which is good for a Zerg. You want that creep as all over the place. I finally get an observer out and send it over to his base to check out what is going on over here. And I fly a little bit south of his army, which he's massing at the second base. So I move my army here up. I'm going to slow it down a bit to the forward pylon. Pretty good army here. I got 4 mortals, 28 stalkers. I got 1 colossus in the mix. And I decided to move my army out. And I don't have the observer with him, so I guess I'm not seeing these creep tumors, but the engagement happens here. I'll slow it down to regular speed. And I dropped some force fields here. I'm not really good with the force fields, but I'm trying to cut off some units from getting into the fight, which seems like that worked pretty effectively. And I move forward on his army, and his numbers are just dropping and dropping. I mean, I've lost a couple of stalkers here, but for the most part, my army's pretty good. I lost the sentries, but I mean, he's just losing everything here. He's got no roaches left. His hydras are all dead, and he's GG's. And that's, you know, about as good as I can hope to do against the Zerg that does not harass me at all. I didn't see that Overseer over there. But I think that game went pretty well for me, obviously. And I just go on after he leaves the game here and continue killing his stuff for a minute because, you know, it's fun to kill stuff when you have this many units. So, and that Colossus just stood there pretty much the whole time attacking stuff up here. And I didn't notice this until just now, but he was starting to get his Nidus network up. I don't think he had anywhere near my base that he could open that up, but you know, yeah, those things can spell trouble for you if you're not ready for them. And I don't see, as I scroll around here, I'm looking to see if he had a spire anywhere and was going to go into mutas and then eventually broodlords. But so like I said, pretty good game for me. I think I enjoyed it. I don't play Zerg very often, so it was nice to actually get a game against a Zerg player. And I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty more Zerg as I continue on. I've played a couple since, with not such great results for me, and you'll probably be seeing at least one of those, if not a couple of them, up here on the replays. Because like I said, I'm not just going to show you wins. I'm going to show you matches I think you can learn from, I can learn from, and that were just enjoyable for some reason or another. So, again, as always, guys, I appreciate you watching these videos, and I hope you enjoyed the commentary. You like, comment, subscribe, good, bad, and different. And, you know, hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing, because I'm enjoying doing it for you. So, as always, guys, until next time, I will see you guys later.